Hello everyone, doing something a little bit different here today. We're getting a rock train, but I'm going to get it going westbound at different locations. I'm going to get it at a location I've never filmed it going westbound at. That'll be just outside of Seaman, between Seaman and Lawshe, Ohio. So we're going to get it there, we're going to get it in Winchester and a few other spots. So I'm trying to get different angles on this one, and it's going to be pretty interesting. At least I think so. Start the video, son, here we go.
Hey, here's a little something extra. This is where they load the rock trains. Check out this railroad crossing. The one light bulb on top is burnt out, but it always flashes. It flashes to warn trucks about the trains. This is milepost 74. This is where they load the cars, right there. They load the cars right on the main track. There's a siding, but they rarely use that. They got some ties that they're going to replace. Try to get some more ties put in there, new ties. So this is where they load the rock trains, all the way out at Plum Run. All right, check this out. Here they come. Coming up the hill between Lawshe and Seaman, Ohio. This is supposed to be a heavier grade here than the one that's in Williamsburg, so we'll see what happens. They're working hard, listen. Looks like they're coming to a stop. I guess we'll see. Hey, here's a better look at the train from this side over here. I guess they stalled coming up this hill. Not sure what they're doing at the moment. We'll find out here in a minute. All right, here we go. I think they're starting to run again. Yeah, this grade here is supposed to be a little bit worse than the one in Williamsburg. Got them working hard.
I still hear those locomotives working hard. There's a flag on the back. Front of the train is cresting the grade right now, coming up into Seaman, Ohio. Yeah, that's a pretty tough slope to get up right there. Let's see if the tracks got very shiny. You know they did. There's the top of the rail, nice and shiny. This is a spot where a tank car ran away. When I first started my channel, there was a tank car stored on this main track up there about where the locomotives are right now. Man, is it ever windy. Anyways, somehow it got rolling. It rolled all the way down through here. When it crossed this crossing, down there on the curve, it derailed. I got a video of it, of the car standing upright, derailed on the track with the track damaged. They had a section of the rail removed. It was, how would you say, let's see, they cut it and had it angled so that if a car would run down that way, it would derail. And that's exactly what it did. It did what it's supposed to do. Because at that time, the line was out of service. From where the train is right now to past me all the way east, it was out of service. And then they had a bunch of brand new tank cars that were stored on the main track up in Seaman. And the very last one, I guess they're theorizing some kids were messing with it and got it rolling. I don't know if they ever did catch the kids who did it. So it rolled all the way from up there where the train is at down to where I'm at, and it derailed. All right, let's go get the train again. That was a good one.
Road and Westport Road. Respond on fire zone report. 17 hours.
I got a car wreck somewhere. There you go. Let's have a look at this train. Boy, she's loaded up good today. Look at the rock sticking up. You can see it. Oh, there's the conductor right over there doing the roll by. Yep, there's the conductor. All right, there you go. I couldn't beat them to that crossing, but we still got them. We'll go up here and get them somewhere else. That was pretty cool. But wait, there's more. There always is. I'm in downtown Winchester. And here comes the train. That grade that just went up is a 6 mile grade with about 1.5%. So I think it's the toughest grade on this line. Got the locomotive running again. Had a little bit of trouble with it back at that last grade. Here we go. All right, there they go, westbound through Winchester. And here's the spur for Win Ag. About a ½ mile spur that goes back to the grain elevator. They've got 2 cars sitting here. Looks like they've probably been there for a few days. A couple empties. Actually, they might have dropped this off yesterday when they went eastbound. This is a westbound run here, so the empty rock train probably dropped this off. Could have been yesterday because the wheels are shiny. There's the derail that goes over the track in case the car starts rolling. It'll have the car derail before it gets on the main and causes a big disaster. All sidings and spurs have those. Good on the rule by the conductor just told the engineer everything looked good. So let's go up and get them somewhere else. A little bit different today. I haven't filmed a westbound train over here in Winchester probably in a couple years. And there's the Batmobile right there at the little city park. That's a new park. They just developed that maybe a couple years ago. Used to be a house there. They tore the house down and there's a parking lot. So anybody can park there. And there's a little swing. There was some kind of gazebo here. It's gone. I wonder what happened to that. Nice little park. Brand new park here in Winchester, Ohio. Check it out. Let's go get the train again. Here we go. And here's a close look at the rail. Carnegie, 132 pounds per yard. Rolled in 1949. Look at that. 1949, April. There you go. All right, quick look at the top of the rail before the train comes. Got a little bit of rust. It's been raining and snowing a lot lately. That's why all that rust is on there. It'll get shined up here in just a minute. And here comes the train. Got some other rail fans here today too. Got a slight grade right there in Macon, so making a little bit of a run right there, coming into the grade. Good on the roll by. Look at those old signals. They were back a long time ago. It's too loud. Anyway, talk right here. There goes the train. Let's get them again somewhere. That used to be Cohen Recycling right over there. They used to ship a lot of stuff out, a lot of scrap metal by train, but they closed a couple years ago. That was a big loss. Alrighty, so I'm in downtown Sardinia right now at the Sardinia Y. I'm on the west leg of the Y, and they're getting ready to come through town right now. This track on the left that I'm next to, they're working on it. They're gonna restore the Y so they can turn locomotives around again. They're still working on that. There she goes, shining the rails up. Let's have a look at the difference here. There's that track. And now the track that they just now went over. Big difference. That got her shined up. All right, thanks for watching. I'm at Sicily Road, just outside of Sardinia right now. So I'm gonna get the train coming over the bridge from this side this time. I usually go on the other side, just to make it a little bit different. And as far as I know, this line was never double tracked. So I'm not sure why the bridge is like this. Maybe when they first built it, they built like that in case they ever wanted to add a second track. Also, I found something over here. I don't know what this is. This cable right next to the railroad track. I have no idea what that is. Anybody know what that thing is? Let's have a close look. I don't know. Just laying by the railroad tracks. Anyways, train's gonna be coming from that direction. We're right underneath this old bridge here. Bridge is probably close to 100 years old. Okay, I hear the train coming. Should see the headlight poking through these weeds and brush. Anytime. There they go. Next town be Mount Orab. Mount Orab and then Williamsburg. Under the bridge here. Can't see because of the glare though. Check this side so you can see. I couldn't find a builder's date. My guess is the late 30s. Late 30s. Possibly early 40s, but I doubt it. I'm gonna stick with the late 30s. All right, let's go to Mount Orab. All right, so I'm in downtown Mount Orab right now, and here comes the train. We got some other rail fans here too. Got the Ninja rail fan and Ninja Father rail fan there. The conductor is down there at the little shanty at the crossing. He'll do a roll-by inspection and he'll activate those gates right there too. See, he's right there. And you've got the he's got his company van, so he follows alongside the train. The train has the engineer on it and that's it, just one person on the train. The conductor follows alongside in the van. I've seen several other rail fans here today. When I was in Macon, there was 3 rail fans there. Then in Seaman, there was one. A lot of rail fans today.
Roger that, roll by 1657.
Hey, I'll see you later.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right, there you go. Yep, now I'm going to head on up to Williamsburg and get them up there, get them on the hill. That'd be awesome. Second hill today. Thanks for watching, everyone. But wait, there's more. Hey, I'm in Mount Orab at Bodman Road right now. See this? This is railroad crossing. These gates were put up a few years back. Hasn't been very long ago. This entire line through here was crossbuck protected, but a few years ago they started putting gates up. And I remember when they put them up at Brooks Malott, that's the next crossing to the east of me. That was one of the first ones. That was a really busy road with crossbuck, and it was probably about 12 years or so ago when they put the gates up at that one. That was the first one. And then these other ones like this one, Core Boy, Old 32 in a couple spots. Those got all new gates and lights, and they're still putting some up. But here comes a train right now. Got it all shined up. All right, we'll go to the grand finale on the hill in Williamsburg. Let's go over there and catch it. That'll be really awesome. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, we are in downtown Williamsburg right now at Gay Street, and the train's gonna be coming up the hill. They're running a little bit slower because they're having some problems with 3512. We'll get them going by this old color position signal. Starting to hear them. All right, here we go in 4K on this one.
Take it easy. See you later. Lights are already off. That was pretty quick. They're just now cresting the top of the hill with the locomotives. This hill is shorter than the hill that's over at Seaman. The hill at Seaman is 6 miles long. This one's only a few miles long. And the one at Seaman is about 1.5% slope. This one's a little bit more than that. But the one in Seaman is harder for the locomotives because of how long it is. It's a really long grade. So there you go. Now you know. Thanks for watching my videos. If you have a chance to check out another one, that review really helps my channel.
All right, we'll see you later.
Alrighty, here it is. This is the Purina place everybody keeps asking me about, and so far they're not using rail. Purina has run some tests with the grain they shipped in by truck, but they haven't started shipping in by rail yet. They should. Anytime they'll start shipping in. So I'm keeping an eye out, and I'll let you all know when they start using rail. Now I do see a railroad car on their siding down there. See over there, there's a covered hopper and some flat cars stored. There's a whole string of cars. They even got some hopper cars, rock cars are stored there. But you can see right over here, there's a hopper car behind that little building, a bunch of flat cars. So the track is being used to store cars on, but they're just not shipping any grain out yet. And there it is. There's your update. Oh, here's something else while we're over here at Afton. Look at this. They're putting in a new truck stop over here. See that? They're putting all these diesel pumps in for trucks. It's on a lane that's been here for years. It's all beat up, got big potholes in it. But the main road is on the other side. It used to be front wheel drive. I'm not sure what they call it now. But there's a Shell station. So it looks like it must be part of Shell. But yeah, all new truck stop.